we all take for granted. All right, because the majority of us don't plant shit. Um, the Most High has a system in place that is being greatly disturbed. And with these weak economies and inflation, all right, there's gonna be plenty of famines, and people are gonna go crazy. People are not going crazy right now because they got $10. They're able to go to White Castle and cop something, McDonald's, the grocery store. All right. When that shit shuts down, you don't have your own land, you ain't growing shit. And then even if you did have your own land and you was growing shit, it's gonna be tough. You know, shit is gonna, man, you people have no idea what's coming. But anyways, the environment is not becoming very favorable to sustain life. All right? And no matter where you go, you can't escape that. You have the nuclear radiation leaking like a motherfucker from Fukushima, Japan. Okay, it's been 7 years now, more than 7, a little over 7 years. 7 years and a few months. You have the spraying of the chemtrails. We're being bombarded with poison. And we can't take much longer of this. I mean, as long as the Most High deems, as long as the Most High wills. Really, if it wasn't for the Most High, we should all be dead right now, to be perfectly honest. Okay, so pestilences, I just told you about there's parts of Florida declared for a state of emergency, and I'm gonna talk about that. So I got two articles on pestilence, because the pestilence is spreading heavy right now. All right, this is all kinds of shit happening right now, and those people that live in the bubble, they have no clue. They have absolutely no clue. And earthquakes in diverse places. And them earthquakes, we talked about that. And we're going to constantly talk about that. Okay? Because there's going to be more earthquakes. So we're going to constantly report all this shit that happens. All right? Because these volcanic eruptions that just happened, all right, is not the end of it. It says all these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay? Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. We shall be persecuted. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. So then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. That's happening now. Okay? And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. That's happening now. We have many false prophets. You know, that's a whole nother topic in itself, with a lot of the clown shit that's been happening, which I'm not going to get into now, but, you know, brothers and sisters that are in the loop and been watching what's happening, they know about the clown shit, these clown awards that just passed. Okay? And then the people just just rat themselves out through their actions. Okay? And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Okay? So there's plenty to go hard for just right here in these few verses. You know, there's no reason to not be doing videos. Oh, I don't know what to talk about. The fuck you mean you don't know what to talk about? So you're gonna fucking tell me you're not watching the news? So what the fuck is occupying your mind so much that you don't know what to talk about? You know, but that's another video in and of itself. And at this point, man, if you just don't got the fire in you, like what, you're going to wake up at the last minute? I mean, there are those that are going to wake up at the last minute, but I mean, if you have already woken up years ago and you're with garments on prophesying and you accepted, you know, if you put your hand to the plow, but then you got cold, you're lukewarm, you're slacking, I mean, it's even worse if you're lukewarm. If you got cold, then that means you just went back into the world and you dropped everything. But if you're lukewarm, you're in the middle. You're pretending to be something, but you ain't really putting in no work like that. You ain't gonna all of a sudden get on fire at the last minute, man. You're gonna be spit out of the Lord's mouth. So really, I just wanted to use this as an example really for the younger brothers, the brothers that just came in, brothers that's coming in, there's plenty to talk about just with Matthew 24 alone. Matthew 24 should be at the top of your list, of very, very basic scriptures to observe what's happening right now. All right. So there's no fucking excuse as far as that goes. But let me get into the Lord willing, the news article. Okay, so the first one is of a New Jersey man, okay? Had to do a video on this one because this one is right here at home. And a New Jersey man contracts a flesh-eating bacteria, which is what I wanted to mention before with pestilences and all kinds of shit happening. There is flesh-eating bacteria. Okay, I've been hearing incidences of flesh-eating bacteria in different parts of the world and in parts of Africa, and people contracting them, and then somehow it's making its way over here. Okay? And these flesh-eating bacteria, this is all over the world, and people get infected with it all over the world. But for some reason, the cases and the incidences are accelerating. And we know it's not just for some reason. We know it's the Lord. But anyways, according to this news article, this New Jersey man contracts his flesh-eating bacteria while going crabbing. So he gets in the river. All right, he goes in the ocean, so to speak, which is another reason why I'll go to the beach, and I'll go to these New Jersey beaches. All right, Sandy Hook is my favorite because there ain't shit there, so you can find an isolated area, nobody will bother you. But I don't get in the fucking water. All right, I don't get in the fucking water because that water's dirty as fuck. So apart from that, you have this jellyfish invasion. Now you got to deal with fucking crabs. And this dude over here crabbing, he went crabbing, hunting for crabs for what? To fucking eat it. So there you go, doing shit you're not supposed to do because crabs are unclean. All right? And a lot of people want to be in denial about it. They want to ignore it. They want to, saying crabs are unclean. Even if you don't know the scripture, okay, about what not to, about lawful and unlawful foods, even if you don't know those scriptures, most people know, man, that crabs are bottom feeders. Crabs and shrimps and lobster, they're unclean animals. Especially people from the old school that, gave a fuck about, like, lean meats and cleaner animals, what animals eat, especially if you come from a nature background, like a farm. Like my family, they come from farmers. My family were farmers when they lived in Dominican Republic. So I have that background, fortunately for me, and I took heed. But people know, a lot of people know, that shit is not good for you. So now this man has to pay the price. This man has to pay the price for seeking abominations. And that's just his unfortune. Anyways, let me play this real quick. The fact that this is so close to home to where I'm at, what I expect is for an increase in cases of people contracting flesh-eating bacteria here in New Jersey, and in neighboring states.
A man in New Jersey is fighting for his life after contracting a flesh-eating bacteria while crabbing. Angel Perez's right leg became red and swollen with blisters a day after he went fishing for crabs. At first, doctors believed it was a minor bacterial infection. It wasn't until Perez's